Energy is the ultimate currency for any entrepreneur, yet most treat their sleep with all respect. So in this video, I'm breaking down what happens to your body when you don't sleep enough, and then the exact steps you can take to turn your sleep into what I would call a legit super weapon for your health. Oh, and your bank balance. Right, before I get stuck into the things that you can actually do to make sleep actually help your life, help your success, help your business, and most importantly, your health, let's get stuck into a few of the things that hopefully won't happen to you because you are going to watch this video. The biggest lie that I see out there, and especially amongst people that are trying to build a business, and that is that kind of hustle culture bullshit. And that's the idea that sacrificing sleep somehow makes you more productive. Don't get me wrong, you'll find me up till 12:30, 2 a.m. because I need to get stuff done. And if it doesn't get done, no one else does it for me. So I get it. I've been there. I'm still there. I'm trying to still build up my business. So I understand it. But there does need to be a bit of balance. And you need to understand that when it comes to sleep, there's give and take. So if you take a little bit from your sleep, you're also taking a little bit from your productivity, your training intensity, your appetite control, all stuff we're going to get into a bit later in the video. So even though you think you are working harder, you might just be better off getting to sleep an hour earlier, waking up maybe an hour earlier the next day, smashing a nice strong coffee and being productive. The NASA Challenger explosion, so that spaceship that unfortunately went up and blew up, they reckon that a load of geezers in the back room that were looking after that, they were sleep deprived. To say that sleep can ruin your day is, pretty big understatement. So if you find yourself trying to lead a business, build a career, run a family, or just simply kind of operating like a somewhat functioning adult with copious amounts of caffeine like myself, then you do need sleep, and you need good quality sleep. Let me just quickly tell you what actually happens when you don't get enough of the wonderful thing that is sleep. Number one, your brain stops working properly. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a pretty serious thing, especially coming from someone that probably has some sort of undiagnosed ADHD. Well, my missus is 99% convinced that I do have it, and I do talk kind of fast, and I'm Irish, and I'm a PT, so and I love lifting weights, and you can see I like to talk a lot, so yeah, maybe I do have it. One bad night, you're going to feel a little bit shit. We've all been in that situation. Maybe we've been up too late watching Netflix or watching shark attack videos. You wake up the next morning, you feel a bit groggy, you smash some caffeine, and you feel all right. But if you do that continually, you got that cycle of just shit sleep, you get a lot of consistent bad nights in a row, your body then is going to start to pay the price. That old noggin, that brain is going to start to get impeded. Awful news for most people, but especially if you are running a business, your speed with decisions, your creativity, and then just overall choices and actions you're going to take throughout your day, they're going to be impacted. Now, the other thing it does, which is terrible news for probably 95% of people that are hopefully watching this video, is that poor sleep makes you gain weight. Yep, makes you fat. When you don't sleep, you've got a few things that happen. So you've got a hormone called leptin. Now, that is the hormone that controls your hunger, okay? You want to have that in your system. But when you don't sleep enough, unfortunately, that thing goes like that. It drops. And then on the other side of the coin, we have another one called ghrelin, and that does the opposite of leptin, and that increases your hunger. And when you don't sleep, that one goes up. So you've got this really bad situation where you've got the hormone that controls your hunger, that does this, and you've got the hormone that makes you hungry, that goes like this. That there is not a recipe for success when it comes to controlling your appetite, staying in a calorie deficit, and maintaining somewhat decent body composition. If you're sleeping 5, 6.5 hours a night and wondering why fat loss feels like an uphill battle, to say the least, there's your answer. Now, another shitty thing that poor sleep does, it sends your blood sugar wild. First study had people sleeping 5 hours or less, and they were 2.5 times more likely to develop diabetes. The important thing about these studies is that it wasn't just about body weight, because another experiment took a bunch of healthy men, had them sleep for just 4 hours a night for 6 days, absolute hell. Their ability to clear glucose in their system slowed by a huge 40%. Now, what the hell does that mean? In layman's terms, their metabolic system broke down a little bit. So it got really slow. But the moment that they actually started sleeping normally again, so maybe they bumped it up to around 7 hours, everything went back to their normal baseline. It definitely has an impact on your body's ability to control your blood sugar, which then has an impact on that all important hormone insulin. Then all that impacts your body weight, your cravings, and then overall your energy levels. Now, the last little thing that shitty sleep does to you is your heart suffers, and it can suffer really bad. So one poor night of sleep can do things like jack up your blood pressure. It can raise up your resting heart rate. That itself should be a bit of a warning sign. Now, one night is obviously fine, but if you keep doing that shit repeatedly and you're doing it day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you're going to run into some problems. And that could be really high blood pressure, maybe a resting heart rate that's way too high as well. All that means your body, your heart is all working a bit too hard, working harder than it actually should do. Enough of that shit. What can we actually do now then to fix your sleeps, to get you sleeping better? When you sleep better, you got more energy. You've got more energy. You can do more stuff. You can work harder. You can have better sex. You can work harder in the gym, make more money. The first one, easily, I would say the most important, and that is to nail your sleep schedule. You want to try and get to bed at the same time each night. Ideally, even on the weekends, which I know is impossible because I don't do that. In the off night that you're not out getting pissed or you're not running around the town chasing tail, is try and get yourself to bed somewhat close-ish to your normal time. Ideally, you'd be getting to bed at the same time within like 30 minutes. And then you do the same in the morning. The reason you do that is to stay in tune with your body's natural rhythm, also known as your circadian rhythms. Your body loves to wake up and sleep at the same time. Then you want to fix your environment. Get a cool room, get a dark room, get a quiet room. Do things like turn off your screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. I'm quite good that I've trained my body to be able to just hit the bed and go to sleep. It also does help that I wear these bad boys here, and I don't just wear these to look inevitably cool as shit when I'm doing these videos. Is I do them because I've got a big ass light there shining right in my face, and I've got a laptop screen here, and I've got a camera in front of me as well. So there's a lot of strain on my eyes. But I wear these all the time. Okay, I'm not one of those people that has just put these on in the last few months. I've been wearing blue light blocking glasses for years. I'd like to think of myself as somewhat of an early adopter, and I've got the evidence to prove it. You want to also improve your evening routine. So you want to get yourself a bit of a sleep routine. Like if we swing it back all the way to babies, and parents will understand this more than most, is babies need a routine when it comes to their sleep. We've all been out with people and they're like, oh, I got to get the baby home because it needs to sleep by 10:42. It needs to do this by 8:16. Otherwise, they're not going to sleep and they're going to be a cranky piece of shit for the rest of the night. And then we're not going to sleep. That's because that baby is used to sleeping at certain times and it helps them function and grow. We need to do the same as adults. Something I see a lot in the people I work with is they lose that sleep routine as they get older. And that's because they probably spent the last few decades trying to build their business. Sleep inevitably gets sacrificed. But when you build a sleep routine, it helps with one of the key points I made a minute ago, and that was with your circadian rhythm. Your body loves routine. So if we can put things in place to help us create a routine that is then going to help us sleep better, it's a no-brainer. A few of the things you can do: cut back on the caffeine, or you could limit it, maybe 1 or 2 p.m. Keep the monster to before 2 p.m. Don't be smashing the booze before bed as well. So even though you think it helps you get to sleep better, it wrecks your sleep quality. Have certain things you do in the evening to help you wind down. It's like an adult bedtime. Don't just scroll TikTok until you pass out. Have things in place that help you tell your body, like, right, we're doing X, Y, and Z. And that is because we are getting ready to sleep in 30 minutes. For me, it's glasses on. Maybe I'll brush my teeth, smash my magnesium and my other one as well, which I've completely forgotten the name of. Glycine, there you go. And my body goes, right, he's doing all that shit again because he's going to go to sleep soon enough. And you start to get a bit more tired than you normally would do. So yeah, create a sleep routine. Right, second last thing you can do is you can smash supplements. Now, I just mentioned it a second ago, two of my favorite supplements and two I take every single night: magnesium glycinate and glycine, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Smash them, helps me get a nice, deep, restful sleep. And the last thing you want to do is you want to track your sleep. Now, if you're like me, you've got one of these bad boys in your wrist, or a Whoop, or you've got one of these bad boys in your other wrist, what a dickhead, which is an Apple Watch, or maybe you've got an Aura ring, is you need to have something in your life that helps you track your sleep, because if you don't measure it, you won't improve it. It's as simple as that. If you don't sleep enough, your body, your performance, your mood, your fat loss, your relationships, your business, your bank balance, everything is going to take a hit. So if you are interested in maximizing the share of your life, do the easiest thing you can do and just get your ass to bed at a decent time and do it consistently. Check out this video here. It's on the 13 things that I would do if I wanted to reach 100, and not just reach 100 years, but reach it feeling good. Okay, so yeah, go check it out. It's got a bunch of good stuff in it, and I'll catch you next time.